You heard the lady. Now park somewhere else before I park my fist in your face.
Okay, Daddy, okay.
I bet your wife wants me to park this Big Mac truck in her little garage, ho.
Wow.
Ooh, what's the tea on me? Cause baby girl, you fine. You just clicked on my video. Queen, yes, queen, yes, queen. My name is Desiree, and I'm coming back to you guys with another reaction video. Reaction time. So I'm trying to figure out what's the direction of this channel, so I'm gonna be doing a variety of different things on this channel. Sometimes I'm coming to y'all looking a hot mess. Let me comb this out. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not.
One thing I have realized, that if God don't do it, it just won't get done.
But now just know I'm trying to do my best. Trying to get y'all, I want y'all to know me. Ooh, what's going on? I'm trying to get my computer ready and this shit just broke down. Okay, so today I'm gonna be reacting to horror stories, and you know your girl is into horror. And y'all don't know because y'all really don't know me, but yeah, I'm spooky. Don't watch this at night, kids. Okay. Put this on. I don't know why I'm putting this on. I'm gonna put this on. 14 disturbing true horror stories. The true Grinch horror story.
The day of Christmas was a day of sheer horror turned fairy tale in literally the span of a night.
Oh.
It's something that I'll never forget.
I bet.
But I feel like I'm internally at peace now. It all started when I was on my way to the mall to do some Christmas shopping with my family. Our household was a family of 4, which consisted of myself, my parents, and my older brother Jimmy. We had planned to buy some last-minute gifts and snacks for our family road trip, which was set to take place the following day.
Why your eyes so
Visiting
big?
my relatives who lived on the other side of town became tradition during the holidays. As we pulled up onto the parking lot of the mall, my mom began to reverse her vehicle into an available parking spot.
The Grinch?
Only to get rudely honked at by another car.
He kinda
I looked
gangster.
across my window and saw a man who was literally dressed as the Grinch, with a strange resemblance to Jim Carrey. I assumed he was dressed up for some cheap Christmas gig that the mall hired him for. My mom rolled down her window to give a piece of her mind till the Grinch said, "Holy knockers, I mean, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas and all that. Would you mind getting out of my parking spot? I was here first."
Your parking spot? You can kindly park somewhere else, bud.
Right.
What?
Bud,
you heard the lady. Now park somewhere else before I park my fist in your face.
Okay, Daddy, okay.
I bet your wife wants me to park this Big Mac truck in her little garage, ho. As the Grinch drove off in a rage, my family and I got out of the vehicle and began making our way towards the mall.
Park this Big Mac
I
truck
recall
in his little
seeing
garage.
hundreds of people scattered across multiple stores, frantically shopping as if there was some sort of sale going on. That's when I noticed from the corner of my eye that my parents were buying my brother a toy from a nearby Christmas shop.
Daddy will get a haircut.
I politely asked if I could get the same toy, but instead got the cold shoulder. They refused to buy me any gifts due to my lackluster grades and performance at school.
He need to go to
When
sleep.
we got home,
I look so tired.
I remember making myself vocal that I opted to not participate in the family road trip. My dad and I butted heads for the next hour or so and finally came to the conclusion that I was going to stay home this Christmas.
I'll get a dog in the back.
As my family was getting ready to depart the following day, I heard my mom and dad saying stuff like, "Meg, he's not budging. The little shit is stubborn as hell.
Mark, we can't just let him stay home alone. He has to come with us.
We can't afford to spoil him anymore. The twerp keeps failing in every class."
Just buy him a stupid toy so he can come with us.
Don't worry, it's just one Christmas. Maybe the twerp will get his act together.
Wow, that's messed up.
Hell for this.
And there I was, home alone on Christmas Eve.
Is he okay?
I genuinely couldn't believe my parents had the balls to leave me at the house by myself, let alone on Christmas. Throughout the night, there wasn't much to do except snack on food while watching a few
Man, like he
Christmas
was having
films.
fun, chilling.
I wondered if I would receive any calls from my parents asking if I was okay, or a simple, "Merry Christmas, son, wish you were here with us." But unfortunately, there was none of that.
Them kids.
Just the normal exclusion I was used to as I sat there
the
watching
parents
the
did be
television.
jail.
As I began to wither away in my deep sleep, I woke up to my fire alarm going off. I could see my Christmas tree being burnt in a hazy flame as my dog was barking in the kitchen. What the hell is going on? Somebody help me! Mom! Dad! I darted past the living room and into the kitchen where the landline was, only to see the same Grinch my family encountered earlier. He was shoving my dog in a cooking pot as I shouted. What the hell are you doing? Leave my dog alone, you freak! You're awake now, scallywag.
He's cooking the dog.
Just in time for a triumphant Christmas
He's cooking the
dinner.
dog in a damn pot.
Who are you? You still daydreaming, you lousy dingbat? I'm of course the Grinch. Why are you doing this? Maybe if your lousy mother would have relinquished the parking spot, we wouldn't be having such a dark Christmas.
Ooh.
The Grinch then creeped past me and into the living room, where he then climbed up a rope in the fireplace.
This is based on a true
I crept in the
story?
fireplace following the Grinch and yelled, "So is this what Christmas is all about? Burning alive, home alone?" Home alone, you say? All I wanted was Christmas presents! Is that too much to ask for? My whole world completely changed when the Grinch said, "You climbing up or what, kid?" I couldn't tell
the
whether
Grinch.
the Grinch was playing
Look,
possum
we
or
about to save
not,
him.
but ended up climbing the rope anyway.
Okay, there you go.
And from that point on, the rest is history.
The rest is history.
It's been a couple years since my disappearance. My parents currently don't know where I am, and I doubt they even care. As a matter of fact, the whole world doesn't know where I am. But rest assured, I finally found the happiness I've been searching for, and some of us never find. That's a good boy, Joey.
Whoa.
Christmas will always be a marvelous time. Now you can get all the presents in the world. You know that I love you very much, right?
All because of one damn
Yes,
Christmas
Daddy.
present? I don't fuck with the Grinch no more. What?
Emotional, damn it!
What was that? Please explain. What? So he didn't get no Christmas present. So the Grinch stole her son. Watch one more of these and see what it's. Let me see what it's about. Watch one more of these. True story, Santa Claus, horror story 1.
A few years back, my family went to Universal for Christmas. It was around that time that they just opened up their new replica of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Charlie and Chuck.
And my friend and I both wanted to go. Neither of us were loaded enough to stay at the resort inside the park, but we were able to get rooms in the same cheaper hotel just a few miles away. As tainted as my memory of that weekend is, I clearly recall that the day we spent roaming through the park together was a blast. Everything was festively decorated and covered in snow, a big deal for Florida boys. After a long day of walking through the park and visiting all the attractions, pigging out on various chocolatey culinary concoctions at the chocolate factory, and coercing our parents into buying a bunch of gifts, the sun was setting on our Christmas vacation. However, we still had one more night at the hotel. Our parents had planned this in advance and had gotten a little too drunk to drive all the way home. While our parents were passed out in bed, my friend and I couldn't sleep. Our minds were buzzing with all the things we'd done that day, and we didn't want it to end just yet. We were dueling each other on a mobile game when he messaged
Doing
me.
each other.
Yo,
Why
I
you
saw
worried
Jim on
that
the
like
way
that?
up. You want to race on the treadmills? My feet were still sore from all the walking, but it seemed like a good way to blow off some steam. Sure, but how do we get in? Don't worry about it. I'll use my room key. Just meet me on my floor. That meant I'd have to sneak out and go downstairs, but that wouldn't be hard. My parents were out cold. The only trouble I had was finding where they put the room key so I could get back in unnoticed. It took several tense minutes of digging through my mother's purse in the dark, but I finally found it. I carefully opened the door and slipped out, heading quickly for the elevator. I only got a few steps in before I heard somebody walking behind me. I stopped and turned around, and immediately got stranger danger vibes. There was a man standing in the hallway, half dressed as Santa Claus. And by that, I mean he was half
Got
naked.
going on.
All he had on were the boots, the fake beard, and a
some
stocking
clothes
cap,
on, big fella.
along with the most strange pair of stained briefs I've ever seen. Other than that, he carried a flimsy red sack that didn't look very full at all. I immediately spun back around and started power walking to
Oh
the
shoot,
elevator.
there you go. Just he spun
I
around.
heard him shuffling behind me, trying to catch up. When I got to the elevator, I spammed the down arrow. I knew that wouldn't make it go any faster, but my panic brain was willing to try anything. By the time the doors finally opened, I could feel the creep right behind me, breathing down my neck.
Oh, that's kind of scared me.
Well, aren't you going in?
You can go first.
No problem, my little angel.
Well,
I
angel.
stepped aside and let him through.
Call me angel.
As he boarded the elevator, he sang,
All I want for Christmas
It's a big booty
is
hoe.
you.
Then, he retrieved something from his limp sack and stretched his arm through the doorway, holding out an unwrapped candy cane. There was a bunch of red lint from the sack stuck onto it, but not wanting to aggravate him for any reason, I took it without any intention of eating it. Finally, he dropped his arm and cleared the doorway. We stared at each other for a few unbearable seconds, until at last the door slid closed and I was free
Go home,
from his
big brother.
gaze. I didn't see him push any buttons, so I was worried he would open the doors and reappear at any second. To make sure I didn't run into him again, I took the stairs down to my friend's floor. But, of course, my woes were not done for the night. The first thing I saw when I opened the door into the hallway was my friend having a seizure. I dropped the candy cane and rushed to him, calling out for
Should then drop
help.
the candy cane in the trash.
Help! Somebody call the cops! Help! My friend was frothing at the mouth, his eyes pure white from rolling back into his head, thrashing violently despite all my attempts to calm him down. There was nothing I could do. It wasn't until he'd already gone limp and unresponsive that people finally emerged from their rooms to see what was going on. I'm no doctor, but I knew at that point he was already dead. Nobody ever
probably ate that
talks
candy
about how
cane.
people empty their bowels and bladder in their moment of death. I'm not a detective either, but I had a pretty good idea as to what had killed him. Clutched in his dying grip
See?
was the same kind of dusty, unwrapped candy
it as a
cane that
joke.
the half-naked Santa had given me.
I know he.
In the following months, I was subpoenaed to testify against that worthless turd of a man. And during my appearances in the court, I got to learn far more than I wanted to. The hotel security cameras had ample footage of the man stalking multiple people in the hallways and trying to offer them his candy canes, which he laced with some kind of extremely potent poison. No matter how many times he raved about it, I'll never understand his delusional motive. Something about bringing people closer together for Christmas by sending them all to heaven. I don't even
that's
care
not funny.
anymore.
That's fucked up.
But the civil suit against the hotel is still going on. I hope my friend's parents get a fortune from that hotel for their negligence. Letting a man like that roam around their hallways during the holiday.
Wow. Oh. Oh, I turned around and seen him. Creepiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. But yeah. Yeah, that wraps up this video. This wraps up this reaction. If you got something that you'd like me to react to, put it in the comment section below. And your girl will definitely react to it. So, yeah. And stay beautiful, my loves. And full of life. Alright.